Greetings, human life forms. I'm Meister. Welcome back to yet another prediction video. Today we'll be doing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Real quick before we get into this video, I have made a prediction video for every team but the Ravens and Browns. So I do have a playlist of all the teams that I've done. There'll be a playlist at the end of the video so you can watch the rest of my prediction videos and get caught up. I will leave a link to all my social medias in the description below as always. Including my Twitch that I do stream on from time to time. We'll probably be streaming on it again tonight, so link is in the description if you want to check that out. Site that I'm using is playoffpredictors.com. I will leave a link to the site in the description below if you want to use this site for your predictions, because the site is very easy to use. It uses all the tiebreakers, so it's the best prediction site out there, so highly recommend it, and let's get into this. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, offensively, could be good this year, and they could also be really bad. Starting off at running back, they drafted Najee Harris, which is projected to be the starting running back for the Steelers this year. So we'll see how he plays this year. He was the highest drafted running back in the draft, so we'll see how good he performs his rookie season. Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback, nothing really to talk about there. Receiver position, you have Juju Smith-Schuster, the dancer, TikToker, and then you also have Deontay Johnson as well. So you'll see how good the passing attack is. One of the concerns I did have with the Steelers was that offensive line, because they did lose a couple guys. They lost, most notably, their center, Pouncey, to retirement. He had a great career in Pittsburgh. They also lost DeCastro. I think they just released him. I don't think any team has signed him yet. So I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see. So there's a lot of new offensive linemen. There's a lot of moving around on that offensive line, which could be an issue for the Steelers this year. Defensively, I don't think it'll be as good as it was last year, but it should still be pretty solid. They have a lot of depth there defensively. So starting this off, Week 1 at Buffalo to take on the Bills. This is a tough assignment, Week 1 for the Steelers, because they were absolutely humiliated last year on Sunday Night Football against the Bills, and thankfully for them, this game, it is not on prime time. Sad for Bills fans, but not on prime time, 1 o'clock game. The Bills' offense should arguably be better than it was last year. They did lose John Brown to the Las Vegas Raiders, but they picked up Emmanuel Sanders to replace him, which is going to probably make that offense that much better. They also have a lot of young guys at running back, so see if someone can step up there. Same with the tight end position. They have a lot of young guys in the tight end group. We'll see if someone can step up there. Defensively, their defensive line in the trenches could definitely get better. They drafted a couple guys like Rousseau and Basham. We'll see how they play. They also... You got Starla Tulele back. He opted out in 2020 due to the whole COVID situation. The secondary, I think, is really good. I highly doubt many people will disagree with me on that. They did kind of have a down year because they did get a lot of injuries early in the season, and they can never get on track. So we'll see how good that defense plays this year, but I'm going to go Bills Week 1. Yeah, not many people disagree with me on that one. That's a pretty easy pick for me. Week 2, hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders offensively is similar to the Steelers offense. It could potentially be really good or it could be really bad. Again, with the same issue being the offensive line. There's a lot of moving pieces in that Raiders offensive line, and they lost like the majority of their offensive line, like replacing almost their entire offensive line. So we'll see how good that offensive line plays this year, and that will greatly possibly change the stats of Josh Jacobs, because Josh Jacobs obviously needs an offensive line to get good stats on the season. So we'll see how good Josh Jacobs plays this year behind that Raiders O-line. Same with Derek Carr. He isn't known to run with the ball too much, but when he has to, he can. He does have a couple receivers to throw to, like John Brown that I just mentioned that left the Bills. And they still have Henry Ruggs there as well. And then at tight end, you have Darren Waller. So really that entire offense kind of circles around that offensive line. If that offensive line can play good, that is going to be a really good offense. If not, it's going to be a really terrible offense. Defensively is absolutely atrocious in my opinion, so I'm going to go Steelers there week 2. A similar situation here week 3 with the Bengals. Bengals seeing their offensive line will probably be better this year, most likely, but how much better, we don't know. Joe Burrow entering his second year, coming off his torn ACL and MCL injuries, or whatever 3-letter injury that he had. We'll see how he plays in his second year. Joe Mixon is expected to get a lot of carries this year, but again, do not like that defense. I'm not a fan of that defense. They got a couple guys over there, but yeah, I'm going to go Steelers week 3. Week 4 at Green Bay to take on the Packers. Packers should have one of the best offenses in the entire league this year, with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback for 2021, with guys like Devontae Adams and Randall Cobb, because they just traded for Randall Cobb earlier today. They got him from the Houston Texans for a 6th-round pick, which I think is a steal for Green Bay. I don't really know why Houston kind of got rid of him. Probably couldn't figure out a way to use Randall Cobb, so giving him away for a 6th-round pick. We'll see how that trade works out. Aaron Rodgers seems pretty happy about that, though. Running back position, you have Aaron Jones, an absolute beast at running back. Very underrated in my opinion. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he did last season with the Packers. Defensively for the Packers is pretty solid. Their run defense could use some work, but I really do like that secondary, so I'm gonna go Packers there week 4. Week 5, hosting the Denver Broncos. Broncos offensively could have an issue with the quarterback situation, whether it's going to be Drew Lock or it's going to be Teddy Bridgewater. It sounds like Drew Lock will be the starting quarterback, as he should be, but if for some reason he doesn't play better than last year, his career as starting a Broncos QB is more than likely over. Other than that, the Broncos are like set. Their defense is absolutely amazing, especially with that Kyle Fuller addition from the Chicago Bears. A really good defense there. And this is tough. I'm gonna go Broncos week 5. Kind of an upset here. I think I do like the Broncos in this matchup against that Steelers O-line in this game. So I'm going to go Broncos there week 5. Week 6, hosting the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks can have one of the best offenses in the league, again, if that offensive line can just play well. Because if it could play well, it's going to be a really good offense. We saw in the first half of the season how well that offense was. Then the second half of the season, their offensive line just completely fell apart, and the rest of the offense fell with it. So that offensive line is really crucial for Seattle this season. Defensively is a major issue. Do not have a lot of guys over there to write home about, but I'm gonna go Seattle here. You may think I'm crazy, and I'm slightly starting to think that myself. But I made these predictions. I chose them for a reason. Sticking with it. Going into the bye week at a 2-4 record. Coming out of the bye week at Cleveland to take on the Browns. Browns offensively, if you watched my previous prediction videos, they can have one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in the entire. No, one of the best offenses, because the Bills still have the best offense, but one of the best offenses in the league this year. One of the best running back duos in the entire league. They have a really solid wide receiver duo with Jarvis Landry and OBJ, and Baker Mayfield also there at throwing the football. I mean, there's no reason Baker Mayfield can play bad this year. It's just if he can make the right reads and throw to the right guys or hand the ball off to the right running backs, and that offensive line is really good too. So it should be a really good offense for the Browns this year. Defensively, I think it can be a lot better this year also, pairing Myles Garrett up with Jadeveon Clowney. And then they also got John Johnson. They picked him up from the Rams at the safety position. That's going to be really big for the Browns this year also. And then they still got their cornerback Denzel Ward there. See how well he can lock up Juju Smith-Schuster this game. But I'm gonna go Browns here. Week 8, I think they will get the best of Pittsburgh this game. Week 9, Monday Night Football, hosting the Chicago Bears. Bears, I think they have a really solid defense. I'm gonna get that out of the way. I really like their defense. Not like top 5, but like somewhere like 8, 9, 10-ish for the Chicago. Ooh, my bad. Did not mean to hit that. Offensively for the Bears, it could be good, it could be bad. We'll see. Again, quarterback situation with Andy Dalton, or if it's going to be Justin Fields. But I'm going to go with the Bears. Week 9, Monday Night Football. Yeah, this is a insane bold prediction, I think, because I think the Steelers are better than their record is currently showing. But Week 10, hosting the Detroit Lions. Lions coming off their bye week. Doesn't matter. Steelers are going to let all their anger out on this Lions team. Steelers will win there Week 10. Week 11 at Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Chargers could be a really sneaky team this year. I think they have a really solid offense. They got Austin Eckler at running back. They have a really solid wide receiver duo with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. And then, of course, you got Justin Herbert, reigning offensive rookie player of the year. So we'll see how Justin Herbert plays in his second year. Defensively, they got a little banged up last year, most notably Darwin James. He's going to be back for the Chargers. That's going to be huge for them. So that defense could really play a lot better with him on it. I'm gonna go Chargers here, Week 11. I think this is a pretty tight matchup, but Steelers have to make a cross-country trip, so I'm gonna go Chargers there, Week 11. Week 12 at Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. I do not think that the Bengals will be able to split the series with the Steelers this year. I'm going to go Steelers sweeping the Cincinnati Bengals there. Week 13, hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens have a solid defense, we know that. Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey, great cornerback duo. Offensively for the Baltimore Ravens, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards are looking to be the two main backs there for Baltimore. Lamar Jackson at QB, not running back, quarterback. He's going to be throwing the ball to guys like Sammy Watkins, who they picked up from the Chiefs, Mark Andrews, their really good tight end, and of course Marquise Brown at wide receiver as well. I'm gonna go Steelers there, Week 13. I think they'll be able to beat the Ravens here in their first matchup there, Week 13. Week 14 at Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Thursday Night Football. Vikings defensively can be a lot better this year. They kind of didn't have as good of a year as Vikings fans would have hoped last year. Just kind of similar to the Bills' defense. But they did get a lot of injuries on that defensive side of the ball. So I think with a healthy Vikings defense, that is a really good defense there. Not like, again, similar to the Bears. They're kind of similar to the Bears. Not top 5, but maybe top 10-ish. Not like bottom half of the group. Offensively for the Vikings, I think it'd be really good this year. They have one of the best running backs in the entire league, Dalvin Cook. And they have a great wide receiver duo with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. And, of course, you got Kirk Cousins there slinging the ball. So I'm going to go Vikings here, Week 14. I think that Vikings offense will get the best of that Steelers defense. And, Week 15, hosting the Tennessee Titans. Titans should have one of the best offenses in the entire league this year. They have a 2,000-yard rushing running back in Derrick Henry. They have an insane wide receiver duo with Julio Jones and A.J. Brown. And they have a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback in Ryan Tannehill. Even though that defense does not look that pretty, I'm going to go Titans here, Week 15, ruining Mike Tomlin's hopes of never having a losing season as a head coach. As you see there, this will be his first losing season with the team. Week 16, at Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs offensively, we already know how good they are. They have Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league. They have Clyde Edwards-Helaire running back. Chiefs expecting big things from him this year. They have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce to sling that ball to, and that's really all they need. Defensively, there is a slight issue with Frank Clark. He had like a gun in his car or something while he was crossing a border, which was really stupid of him. So we'll see if he gets to play or not this year. But that should still be a pretty solid Chiefs defense. Not too good like the other defenses like the Vikings and Bears, but should still be like kind of middle of the pack there. But I'm gonna go Chiefs there. Week 16, Week 17, hosting the Cleveland Browns. Ooh, that's a tough game. That is a tough game right there. I think they could split. I'm gonna go yes. I think the Steelers will be able to split with the Browns this year. 1-1 against the Browns. Week 18, final game of the season, potentially for the Steelers at Baltimore to take on the Ravens. I think the Ravens will split with the Steelers as well. Ravens will get a win there to wrap up the Steelers season with a 6-11 record. 4-2 against the division. Only losses once to the Browns, once to the Ravens. But not a good year for the Steelers. It's been a long time coming. They're gonna get into a little slump, I think. Especially with their cap situation. But if you guys enjoyed this video, a like will always be appreciated. If you guys are looking forward to the final 3 prediction videos that I'll be making, subscribing and turning on the bell would be most appreciated so you do not miss when I upload another prediction video. And with that, I don't have much else to say except late forms out.